Alright, good evening everybody. I'm Vice Forecaster JD Rapp with you in the Breaking Weather Center. We just have a tornado warning has just been issued. This is down here in Norman, Oklahoma, South Central Washington County, and North Central Oklahoma, Western Central Colton County, and North Central Oklahoma, North Central Overland County, and South Central Oklahoma. And so this is in Colton County, South Central Oklahoma to midnight at 11:17. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Grobo, moving east around 20 miles an hour. So what to expect? Tornado and tennis ball size hail. Well, this is some very large hail that's fallen from this tornado. So definitely get centered and get covered again. This is a tornado warning that goes through 12 a.m. in the morning, so we'll probably stay with you just for a little bit. Pull velocity up, and I can tell why. There's some potentially some rotation with the storm. So we have a tornado warning that goes through 12 a.m. Just starting to get that rotation, and I'll pull the hail up and look at this. Good. Gosh. Are you kidding me? We're up to almost 1.25 inches of hail. So this is probably up to almost tennis ball size hail. So this is some very large hail from these storms. So please be aware of this storm. And we also have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect through 11:45. This storm was north from Colton County. This storm is capable of producing up to tennis ball size hail and winds over 70 miles per hour. So you definitely need to be shaking shelter if you're in the path of the severe thunderstorm warning or even the tornado warning. Especially, this storm could spin up a tornado right now, and we're checking some very large hail with this. So we want to be with you just for a little bit, to probably midnight until the warning expires, and I don't think it will anytime soon yet. So let me read off the report. We had one report of a brief tornado right over here. So we already had one report of a tornado receiving. So definitely get centered and get covered. We have one report of 2.5 inches of hail, so that will be some very large hail. And getting reports of some wind damage of 70 miles of gust with these storms, and each one of these purple icons could be some spinning. And the atmosphere, I'll tell you on camera what I'm concerned about. The atmosphere has a lot of spinning going today, so you could get a brief tornado with one of these storms. So you definitely got to get centered, get covered, put a football helmet, not air mattress, but a mattress between you, and get me walls between you as possible. This is a tornado warning that goes through about 12 a.m. in the morning. So definitely, mobile homes are not going to be safe now, so this is the time you want to evacuate that mobile home and head to a better safe spot. So back to radar. Looks like the tornado warning is still down here, so I thought it was going to expire here in a second. But I'll pull up the potentially for sheared. This storm could be, folks, we could have a brief tornado right over here with the blue spot as indicating me as that blue color that indicate maybe all the colors are coming together, so we definitely have to watch the storm really closely. This is a tornado warning that goes through 12 a.m. Mountain View, you're in the storm, so be ready. The storm could produce a brief tornado on top of you and detect some pretty decent echo tops. And this is what we have, just a little bit of that. We have to watch that sometimes. Decent echo tops, and the mass of hail we're going to see with this. This is some very large hail, folks. I mean, it could turn windows up, beat on one vehicle, and that's not going to be good news if it turns the window out. Alright, well, we're on that report of the 60 miles of gust from Cluster County down here, so that's still enough to turn windows up, and you got to be aware of that. Severe thunderstorm for Oklahoma, for Woods County, North Central Oklahoma, Atlanta County, and North Central Oklahoma, Major County, and North Central and Woodford County at 12:30. At 11:32, A severe thunderstorm is located along a line extending from Alberg to Crave City, moving Park to 7 miles of Chester, moving east around 35. So what's the spec is 70 miles of gusts and quarter-size hail. So folks, this could be some damaging straight line winds. It's trying to pop in. Don't see it. I'll pull up on different tools that we do use. Don't see it on that. But there is very large hail to form a disc into the red colors. So if you're in Curtis area, you need to be moving to a safe spot. Severe thunderstorm wind goes through 12 a.m. With some of these storms, we could easily get some gusty winds. And just, folks, we could be getting another brief tornado right over here if the storm is tightened up by a Glazer area. If you're in Glazer, you definitely have the potentially of a storm that's trying to tie it up a little bit. So there is potentially a tight rotation. And what that's doing is that storms have a little circulation there, and that could spin up a tornado right there. So we could be getting another tornado warning in process. So 40 miles of gust. We had one report of hail. Like I said, the severe thunderstorm warning goes in effect. And also we have a tornado warning down here for Mountain View area. If you live in Mountain View, you need to take your tornado caution areas. It's get centered, get covered, put an air mattress between you, a football helmet, a baseball, even a bike helmet. Any of those type of helmets are going to help you. If you even get a tornado out of the storm, we already had one earlier, a brief one, that briefly spinned up and went back in the air. So this could be these brief spin ups, and you got to be careful with these. So we'll definitely kind of keep you informed of what's kind of going on. So let's go back to radar again. Tornado warning continues about midnight, 12 a.m. And like I said, this storm up here is giving me some pretty decent supercell up here. This storm could produce a tornado warning also. And you can see the hail count is looking like we're getting ready to send things back, but in a little bit, if things straighten up a little bit, it's going to give you an update on this. Very low hail. All right, we just got a couple new warnings that's got put into the post. So let me try to take a look here. 12:15 for Roberts County and Hempfield County. This storm is capable of producing winds over moving at 40 miles an hour with quarter-size hail. So for this watch, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that's going effect too. So that's still about the same. We could have some more gusty winds. All right, let's zoom in. Alright, there's the white cone, the white color. That shows me some hail. So if you live in Mountain View, you need to be taking shelter in your tornado safe spot. And I love looking at the coordination little thing to see if we have any debris. And there's a little blue color, so that could indicate we could have a small debris ball with the storm. So all we got to do is make sure that storm does have the potentially. So hold on just a second. I'm going to type in the ticker to make sure. Just give me a second. Twelve a.m. in the morning. Alright, back on air with you. We still have a tornado warning that goes for 12 a.m. And the storm could weaken a hair, so that'd be good news. So let me just do some check-ins. So hold on just a second. I'll be right back. Alright, no confirmed report of a tornado on the ground right now, but we do have this storm over here still having me some circulations. So we want to stay with this for a little bit. Almost an 11:40 hour. No confirmed report of a tornado on the ground right now, but the storm still showed me some potentially of some brief rotation. So we sheared right here, and you can see that big hail core. That's almost 1.25. So, right, the hail has updated up to golf ball size, his tornado and golf ball size. So that's still enough to shatter windows. So definitely the storm is not tennis ball. It's potentially a golf ball size hail, and that's still enough to cause some shatter windows. So we'll put the new thing in just to see if we have any new circulation. It's about ready to move out of Mountain View, so you're about out of a tornado warning, and that's going to continue to go up the north. So Berkeley area, be ready. That storm could rotate. We did have one report of a brief tornado with that. And I'm a little concerned if some of these other ones could go under a tornado warning because these storms are having some weak sheared with it. Not enough to cause a warning quite yet. So, still showing you to be about 40 miles of gust. We had one report of 1-inch hail. And this over here by Miami area. This storm is capable of producing some wind damage also, but it's giving me signs of some sheared again, so we could be getting another spin-up tornado. But if you live in Miami, you definitely need to be taking shelter because the storm could produce some very large hail. So if you just join us this evening, almost about midnight, the reason why we're on almost is because we have a tornado warning. I mean, right now, so far we have no report of a tornado on the ground right now. This is a radar indicated threat. That means the Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma has to detect some rotation and decide to. Alright, somebody just popping on here. We'll see who it is. Alright, Jonathan. Hold on a second. Alright, so far he joined us at midnight, almost 12 a.m. We do have a tornado warning. We're not really getting any viewers, but we want to kind of stay with this warning at midnight. Doesn't really have any. Potentially, there's still some shear there we gotta have to watch. So if you're in that Mountain View, you need to be taking cover. You're under a tornado warning. So we're continuing to watch these storms with the very large hail that we've been tracking for the last couple hours. Got a chat somebody in the chat room here saying, hold on just a second. Okay, tornado warning continues. Alright, Jonathan said a confirmed tornado, so alright, we gotta have to stay with you a little bit, folks. We have a confirmed report of a tornado again. This storm had tornado and golf ball size hail with it. So looking at sheared again. Looks a little weaker than it was, so the weather service could cancel this warning later on, but this velocity, our little hail producers, look at this. Gosh, are you kidding me? There's this into the very large hail if you get some pretty decent echo tops with the warning. So the reason why we're not on for the severe thunderstorm warnings, we're on for this tornado warning. And these little individual super cells are popping up this evening, and this is what we could think it could be. One confirmed report of a tornado earlier, but this storm here, I mean, I'm trying to make sure this storm doesn't have any, yeah, there's some blue colors, and there's red and yellow, so yeah, that could be a confirmed report of a tornado there. So by Mountain View, you need to be in your safe spot. You're still in the warning about 12 a.m., so I got storms, severe weather specialist Jonathan Mitchell with me this evening, and we will continue to track with you this evening. Just checking the view here. Yeah, Jonathan said it's not an outbreak tonight, folks. This is not an outbreak. Tomorrow, that's what's going to become a concern, the outbreak. A line of thunderstorms developing with the tornado threat continuing to fall. So I'm not going to completely rule a tornado out with this event, but what we're seeing is these quick spin-ups half of the time when you get these sails. They quick spin up and they gone. So right now, if you just joined us almost at 12 a.m. in the morning, we do have a tornado warning that goes in effect through about 12 a.m. So far, we only have one report of a confirmed report of a tornado. But right now, I'm not getting any viewers, so we'll probably send things back just in a second. I mean, look at the hail one more time, put that in scan mode, and it doesn't look too bad. It's still in the category enough we could have one report of 1.5. So think about 1.5 inches of hail. That's still going to cause some problems. So we were tracking these line of storms continuing. I won't roll a few of these storms in Missouri coming severe tonight. These sails are going to produce hail. That's the biggest thing. Quarter size. And you remember, quarter size can cause some damage to vehicles. And just check and look at the scan on this one here. And yeah, it's just incredible looking at these hail vents tonight. But better off not dealing with 4-inch hail than what we did the other night. Alright, 60 miles of wind, 70 miles of gust. We had one report of alright, Jonathan, alright, getting some new reports just coming into the desk here on my phone, on the computer. Numerous power poles and trees uprooted here. So we're getting some wind damage with some of these storms. So, folks, this is why I've been telling you the last couple of days to have your flashlight handy, because we're getting reports of a few power poles are down. So definitely that's some. All right, Jonathan said just check reports. We have hail up to $50 size, and okay, shingles are down in Oklahoma. All right, we get reports of shingles are down in Oklahoma. So this is where we're getting shipping into a damage and wind threat and hail. And I already just checked the chat room, and we do have reports of a power poles down. So this is exactly why we're trying to tell you: have everything plugged in, devices, your cell phone, your apps, so you can get the alerts. Because this is getting a situation where it's at dark, and you don't want to see a thing out there. So please take it with a grain of salt. This is nighttime. You're not going to see things. So we got to keep that in mind. Thank you for the reports, Jonathan. So right now we still have a tornado warning that goes through 12 a.m. We'll probably stay with us for another 10-15 minutes. Just checking here one more time. I think we're getting away from the radar a little bit. Let me. Alright, trying to get a little more spin to that. One tornado warning for Mountain View. You're about out of that. So the tornado warning for Mountain View is about out. We have one report of a brief tornado, and we're going to have to watch V cells here just in case they produce some hail also. It may not be as big than the ones we went through. So 1.5 inches of hail. Numerous reports the power lines are down. Severe thunderstorm warning continues to about 12:45 now for Hopper County and Roger Mills in western Oklahoma, and Woodland at 11:47. A severe thunderstorm located along a line extending from Lambcombe to near Hanks for 7 miles west up from eastern 40. So what the expect 60 miles of wind gusts. So let's read some of the reports coming in. Just don't have any. Just mainly some more wind damage is coming in, and we'll put velocity back on. And that's the storm we're going to have to watch. These individual sails at the end. This is where we get a brief spin-up tornado, and we already have to see if these sails continue. So tornado warning continues about midnight. And that's where we're going to have to watch these brief tornadoes that inform in the middle of the night. So right now I'm going to check the chat room while we're back on radar. See if we got any new information coming in. Jonathan just said 60 miles of wind gusts in Texas. So thank you for the report on that. Zooming into these other thunderstorm warnings, just looking at the winds. And yeah, goodness gracious. So this is turning into a damaging wind threat tonight with some independent tornadoes at the ends. 70 miles of gust that are being measured. So that's enough to start breaking tree limbs down, and flooding is going to be becoming an issue at times, but not worrying about that quite yet. 1 inch hail up here. Once this tornado warning would have expired, and looks like it's about ready to move out of the warmed area. We'll zoom into that. It did produce some very large hail. So what we want to do is, we only have a few severe thunderstorm warnings and that one tornado warning in place. So right now, I want to animate things, get the bigger picture back on, and you can see these storms have been producing many little clusters and discrete sails. These are producing more of a hail threat tonight than a 60 miles of gusty wind and all of that. So tornado warning continues about midnight. We did have a confirmed report of a tornado with that one sail, and that's just producing up the golf ball size hail. We'll zoom in again. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning, and this goes into about into 11:45. This storm is capable of producing winds over 70 miles per hour and tennis ball size hail. And I'm going to take a look here at the hail producers. We'll let that just get caught up here just a second. I really don't want to send things back, but like I said, I can always do feed a different way. Kind of getting late here, and yeah, look at this. Goodness gracious, gosh, look at that hailstone there. It's pretty large to the radar, so we could even get some very large hail this evening that can break car windows out. So this is going to be more of a hail threat. So we got to be aware of that. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning just got put in place. This is in effect for Hampton and north central Oklahoma and north central Greer County and Oklahoma to 12:45. At 11:53, severe thunderstorm is located near Halls, Minnesota 35. So what's expect 60 miles of wind gusts and quarter size hail. So the storm could produce hail the size of quarters. And you put this in half here, and I'll split this, and you can see we've got about almost 1.5. So that's still pretty large hail coming in. Jonathan just texted me here and said we're starting to get tennis ball size hail with that hail core. So, and the storm in Oklahoma, it's interesting. Yeah, when folks just think about it, just go online and start looking for some reports of some online to how big a tennis ball size hail. That's big enough to break a window. So you got to take these storms seriously. I mean, we don't want anybody to get alarmed at this, but this is a particularly dangerous situation. This is why the severe thunderstorm watch has got issued to Stevens, because we have this whole area, and I probably need to put that in the little ticker tonight. Let me change that. Add something in here. Just gonna put a severe thunderstorm watch that goes through 5 a.m. Alright, go back to the main chat. Got some new report just coming in. 3 a.m. That's a severe thunderstorm watch. Goes into effect in Texas about 5 o'clock. So, like I said, I'll stick around for a little bit. But like I said, we'll need our sleep for a little while because this is going to be a long and stormy day. These storms are continuing. Alright, the tornado threat has got canceled. I mean, like I said, let me just for a second. Hold on just a minute. I gotta do something. So our tornado warning, alright, the tornado warning has got canceled. So what we might do is, since we've been on for about almost 28 minutes, I came on almost about 10:50 or almost 11:50 or so, or 10:50 on these tornado warning. We got severe thunderstorm warnings are capable of producing some hail this evening, and we can always pass them along online on air. But right now, since we don't have a tornado threat, we want to send things back. So please, be careful of these storms tonight. They could produce brief spin-ups and very large hail. This is why the severe thunderstorm watch has got issued, and you can see this storm really looks like more of a quarter-size hail threat than a 60 miles of wind threat. So we will continue to pass along any advisories that got issued. Getting more reports of 70 miles of gust. Like I said, we have a severe thunderstorm watch, but go through into 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll be back later on, about 4 a.m. in the morning. I gotta get some rest for tonight, because I got a long day tomorrow. Jonathan will keep you updated for the even hours, and I'll be in if I need to. For right now, we want to continue to keep you updated, and if we get a new tornado warning, we will pop on if we need to.